Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Small Business Technical Assistance Workshop. We want to thank you for joining us in here today. We are also going live on Facebook. So if you want to share this informative presentation, this opportunity with your network, make sure you log into Facebook and click share. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this morning. We have a very special guest as part of our technical assistance program. We love to take the opportunity to really share to our small businesses some useful tools, informations, and tips to help them grow and scale their business. Last year, we talked about the ABCs of business, which was focusing on the basics of business. And this year, we're going into next level business. So thank you again for joining us. My name is Matthew Pygott. I'm the Director of Small Business and Membership Services here at the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. I'm joined by my colleague, Gina Ortella, who is the Program Manager for the Small Business Community Navigator Program. One of the programs that is supporting this technical assistance workshop and services. So we're going to just give it a few moments for people to come on in. Feel free to say hello in the chat since we're not in person. However, this is still a networking opportunity. So make sure as you say good morning, you let people know who you are and what you do. You never know who can benefit from your services, and you got to let them know. So as a business owner, make sure you're putting your name, your business, what you do, and also the contact information to learn more about your services in the chat. I see we got a few people already on. Hello, Sharon and Gasoline and Alejandro, Francine, Gina. All right. Welcome. We are good to see everyone here today. We're just going to give a few more moments for those on Facebook. If you want to join in this conversation, we have an amazing special guest speaker here today, and she is an engaging person. So if you can ask questions right now, she will answer them live. So click the link to join in, or you can get into the chat and join us on Zoom. You'll also be registered to be up to date with our upcoming technical assistance workshops. So if you want to make sure that you are in the loop about the latest opportunities that are available for you, please do not hesitate to click the link to join us here on Zoom. It is good to see. We got a good crowd here today. Yeah, all right. We was in person, we'll be on a packed room. So that's what I'm talking about. We like to see. Hello, Rashida. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miguel. All right. Garcia General Construction. All right. We have Evie Cohen Consulting and Bookkeeping in the room. Hart Wallace Desert of Florida Daughters, Imperial Court. Uh-oh. We got Goose Optimist all the way from down south. All right. Felix, CEO and founder of iFixit Felix, phone, tablet, computer repair. We got a good group, diverse group of folk here in the room today. Ascendant Consulting Firm. I see you, Jermaine. All right. Good morning. All right. So great. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to get started. As I said, for those on Facebook, make sure you're clicking that link to join in on the conversation and be a part of this. And feel free to share it for those that have Facebook. Make sure you go into the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. Make sure you like our page so that you stay in the loop. There's a lot of opportunities from $10,000 grant program that's opening right now. We get referrals and so many other things. So make sure you're joining us on Facebook. Feel free to share this link to your network and on your page so people within your network can take advantage of this information. All right, so I want to welcome you to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce SBA Community Navigator Program. Let me go to the next slide. All right. So I'm just going to flow, so feel free to go through the slides that I talked about. We're at the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. We are the Black business organization for South Florida. We are part of a consortium of businesses throughout South Florida and nonprofits that provide business services to Black and minority businesses in Miami-Dade County and throughout South Florida. And one of our major partners on this event in our technical assistance program is the SBA. Just this past year, the SBA funded a community navigator program. Well, I can't say past year now because we're in 2023. So in 2021, about 2 years ago, through the American Rescue Plan Act, the SBA established a community navigator program. What this did, they brought together many of the organizations and institutions that services small businesses throughout Miami-Dade County, South Florida, and also communities across the nation, and created a hub and identified spokes that can help to assist in the long-term economic recovery and resilience of small businesses, with a focus on those businesses that are owned by veteran, women, minority. So here in South Florida, we got $2.5 million to create a strong local community navigator program to assist socially economically disadvantaged businesses with consulting, mentoring, and training. And as I said, we are a hub. Well, we are a spoke of the hub, which is based at FIU Small Business Development Center. And we're part of a few organizations from Ascendus, Branches, Prospera, the EDC of South Dade, Startup FIU. And what we do is really provide wraparound services. So if you need assistance in marketing and HR, you'll come to one of us. We will do an assessment of your business, find out where we can help you. We'll do what we can one-on-one to assist you where you are now and help you get to where you want to go. And once we've done all we can to assist you, we will share you and refer you. I'm not sharing, I don't know if it sounds right, but we will refer you to others in our network so that they can help you and provide the services that you need. So this small business technical assistance workshop is part of a series that we do, as I mentioned earlier. Last year we did ABCs, talk about the basics. This year focus on a next level of business. And our technical assistance program is supported by Miami-Dade County through the Community Development Block Grant dollars, CareerSource South Florida, the Department of HUD, and the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. And we all are here to really assist you. So let's go on back to our workshop webinar. And so today I want to get right into it. We have a very special guest that is here today. We've been wanting to get her to do this workshop for so long because the financial aspect of our business is literally the most critical component of being a business owner. People get into business many times because they like doing things. And that's great. If you like cleaning, if you like doing art, you like construction, that's great. When you're a business owner, you're focused on profit. And to be clear about profit, you have to have a very clear understanding of your finances, your income, your expenses, and many other. One of the easiest tools that many businesses use that can help them align their bank transactions with their business and their taxes is QuickBooks. So it's a powerful tool that business owners can use to get their business together. But a lot of us, we get on QuickBooks and then we're just kind of like, I don't really know what to do. That's where Yasnay is coming in. Yasnay is not your typical accountant or QuickBooks consultant. She is a business advisor, a certified profit-first professional and neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, helping business owners to take control of their finances and maximize profits. So today, Yasnay is going to talk about mastering your business finances with QuickBooks. So with that, yeah, I'm gonna turn the floor over to Yasnay. We can stop the screen share and let her take it from here. Thank you, Yasnay, for joining us.
Thank you, Matthew. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so glad to see so many familiar names and business owners joining today. I have the honor to be one of the leader trainers here in Miami, sharing the power of QuickBooks and the tools that you can use to take control of your finances. Today, the training is going to be a little different, and you will see why. If you have been in introduction to QuickBooks and other presentations I've done in the past, I promise you today we're taking it to the next level. So let me share my screen. And as you know, if you know me, I'm very hands-on, I'm very freestyle. I really like to show you things as they are. So please ask me questions as I go along. I'm gonna leave some time for Q&A at the end, but I want you to put your questions in the chat so I can keep it in mind. Really quickly about Micro Business Catalyst, as Matthew mentioned, we help business owners to take control of their finances, to maximize your profits. And we do it with QuickBooks Online, with the Profit First Cash Management System and Clockwork Efficiency Systems. The methodology is really focused on the financial management, the efficiency, and the mindset. And about me, I mean, you see all the certifications. I don't brag about myself enough, so I'm just gonna pass on that. I don't wanna talk much about myself, but I do wanna tell you where I come from and why I'm so passionate about helping business owners, because I come from a family of immigrant entrepreneurs where my dad came from Cuba in a raft, and it took us 11 years to reunite the family. And when we got here to Miami, the first thing we did was open a business, knowing nothing about what we were doing. And that is Chavela Dollar Store. The business still standing 16 years later, but it's been a roller coaster ride. And Cortesa is my husband's business. So I really understand the pains, the ups and downs of running a business. And that's what makes me so passionate about helping and doing what I do every single day. I do work with all of these organizations, and the list is growing, providing training, coaching, programming, support. If you don't recognize some of these logos, you should learn about them. We're gonna be sharing the slides because there is a lot of resources in this community. And today, the focus is, I'm gonna do a live demo. I'm gonna take you inside my own business, because this is the way I roll. In my community, the way I teach my clients, let me show you how I do it so you can see the way. We're gonna be talking about the design of your chart of accounts, because that's the skeleton of everything, right? We're gonna talk about projects and how you can use this tool to understand the profitability. And I'm gonna run comparative financials, because I need you to understand that QuickBooks is a great tool, but it's not, you know, classifying transactions and reconciling is just the beginning. Yes, you need that data accurately, but the goal as a business owner is for you to get your financials, for you to interpret this information to make business decisions based on data. And that's where I want to take you today, to zoom out and understand, this is why I'm doing the whole bookkeeping thing. This is what I need at the end of the day. Not only to do your taxes, not only to apply for the loan, but for you to understand where your business is heading, forecast, and make decisions that are going to take you to the next level. So we don't have much time. I'm going to focus on these three subjects today. But first of all, I want you to understand the foundation and the different types of accounting. Bookkeeping data, yes, that's what QuickBooks does. It connects with the bank accounts. You can classify transactions. You can create rules. It really helps you automate this process as much as possible. But what we want as business owners is to then do the financial accounting, to read those reports, the profit and loss, the balance sheet, the cash flow statement. The managerial accounting is for internally to interpret the data. Okay, how do I price my services? What's my gross margin? What's my profit margin? What are my best-selling products? What is my top service? How do I pour more gasoline into what's gonna make me profit? And I cannot emphasize enough the importance of profitability. As business owners, you tend to focus on selling. But if you're not focused on profit, the money comes in and goes out. And you're just, moving cash around. And that's not what we're in business for, okay? And the income tax accounting, of course, we need to comply with the law. That's why we do the taxes at the end of the year, every quarter. We do sales taxes, we do income taxes, we do all type of taxes. We're in the US. We comply with the law. Today, I want to show you how the bookkeeping data help you see the financial and the managerial accounting, okay? And we will do it with QuickBooks Online. Later on, I'm going to share some other tools that I don't have time to go over today, but you're going to get the links in the slides. Let me take you to my QuickBooks. Are you ready? Are you ready? And I'm very transparent. At the end of the day, some people are like, that's confidential information. Hey, this is numbers, and numbers tell you a story, and I'm all about telling you how can I help you. So I'm just gonna take it inside my QuickBooks because I realize that the sample company doesn't have enough data for me to show you. So first of all, this is my chart of accounts. As you notice, I have a lot of bank accounts. And this is because I use Profit First. That's another class. I'm gonna share another resources where you can see the Profit First courses in the online virtual incubator. I'm gonna be sharing those resources later on. But first of all, you see your asset accounts. That includes bank, that includes whether you have current assets. In this case, QuickBooks always creates these predetermined accounts, and sometimes it doesn't apply to your business, but they're there. Inventory, prepaid expenses, undeposited funds, sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. I'm not going to go into the very detail of defining these terms. That's another class, but at least you get to see how they are categorized. We have bank accounts, assets, credit cards, current liabilities. These accounts are automatically created as well for your payroll taxes. If you have a loan, as you see, I do have a loan from Ascendos, and it shows the balance here. And owner's compensation is an equity account, and it's negative. It's supposed to be negative. I'm gonna show you how to interpret this in your balance sheet. So this is a chart of accounts. What I want you to understand is how can you make this better and take it to the next level. I need you to use sub accounts, okay? For income, for expenses, the sub accounts are crucial. And these are the sub accounts that I have. Coaching and consulting services. We do an assessment and a diagnostic, that's a sub account. When I have one-off coaching sessions, when I have Profit First coaching and support, when I do a QuickBooks cleanup, when I do a QuickBooks setup, when we do tax prep. Why do I want this level of detail? Because I want to know where the money is coming from, right? I want to know where the money is coming from. If you have everything as sales or revenue, well, how do you know? Unless you only have one product, one service, okay, that's served. But if you are different line of revenues, you need to create sub accounts, okay? And I have a lot of them for my coaching programs, for my community development partnerships. I could run reports based on customers, but I actually like to see them here. And I list them all the organizations I work with that they pay me for, they're here because I want to see my profit and loss. Okay, how much was I paid through Alapata versus Miami-Dade Foundation, Business Prospera. I want to know in my P&L. So I have sub-accounts for that. For my custom business advisory services, I have them in packages, Essential Plus Premium. I have sub-accounts for that, right? For my membership, I have the Essential membership, the Plus membership. I have sub-accounts for that. So you get the picture, right? You get the picture. Maybe I'm just very detailed, but that's what gives you data, okay? Now, on the expense side, you have the cost of goods sold. In my case, cost of labor, the QuickBooks subscriptions, the tax preparation services. These are costs of goods sold, costs directly associated with me providing my services. So I have in sub-accounts. Then some other things that QuickBooks have doesn't apply, like freight and delivery, purchases. I don't use it for my business, they're just there. But look at this, advertising. And this can be more detailed. In my case, I purchase books, the Profit First books when I do raffle. I wanna know how much I have spent purchasing books to do raffle. It's here, books purchases, client gift, marketing and branding, website. You can go to, social media, Facebook ads, whatever it is, sub-accounts. For auto, gas versus parking versus repair maintenance versus tolls, bank charges, monthly maintenance versus drive, you get the picture. And the beauty of the short-term accounts is that you can adapt it to your business. You have control on how you're going to build this skeleton and make it work for you. This is the foundation, and this is what gets translated into the reports, right? So it goes on and on. Some things apply, some don't, but I hope you got the picture of the importance of using sub-accounts, and now you're gonna see how it reflects on the financials. The second thing I wanted to share with you today is projects, right? And projects is a feature available. QuickBooks Online has multiple subscriptions. It has the Simple Start, Essential, Plus, and Advanced. Most of business owners start with the Simple Start. It's a good start, but I'll tell you some of the limitations when it comes to the things that I'm gonna do. Projects is available in the Plus level. And it might or might not apply for your business. If you're in a construction business, you definitely wanna be using projects because you're gonna see why. But even me, I'm in the service business. Do I need it? Well, I don't do it for every client, but look, an active project that I have now is the MBC membership. And the reason why I have this in the form of projects is because this has been an investment that I've been making since last year. The way projects work is that when you classify transactions from banking, you are gonna assign it to the project and it's gonna show here, right? And this, all the money coming in, all the money going out in relationship to that project is gonna show. The beauty of it all is that it gives you an overview. This is how much income you've had throughout the life of the project. These are all the costs associated with it. And guess what? Do you have a profit or a loss? What's your profit margin? Do you have open invoices in this project? For me, my membership is a project because look, when I open up the list of expenses, and actually I'm gonna take you to the project profitability report, which is really why we do this. If I wanna see the profitability of this project, I run a profit and loss just for that project. And it's gonna tell me this is all the income so far, but hey, you've had all these expenses as well. And I personally wanna know because I've been paying my virtual assistant since last year to do the trainings. I've been paying a membership on how to create a membership. I took a whole course on memberships. And it's been a long-term project that eventually I'm gonna see the profit, but I wanna know when. I wanna know when I'm gonna break even. So this is how I use projects for. It gives you the details of the transactions that you have assigned to it. You can even record the time activity. I use time tracking separately, but you could do it here At the end of the day, it's gonna give you project profitability. You can do a report of estimates versus actual. So you see, it's extremely eye-opening when you see your income like this in particular projects because you get to estimate, okay? All right, so projects. The next thing I wanna show you, I'm just gonna bring you all the information to leave some time for Q&A at the end, is the financials, the general financials, right? And this is where you go to reports and the typical financial statements, the profit and loss, the balance sheet, those are the ones that we keep hearing about. But I want to let you know that QuickBooks has more financials that you can use for your advantage. You know, on the business overview side, you can see your profit and loss comparison. You can see your profit and loss by customer, by month, by tag. Look at this. Look at the completeness. On the level of who owns you, you can see your open invoices, your collection report, your accounts receivable aging. On the sales and customer side, sales by customer, sales by product, sales by service, sales by all type of information, right? But let's pretend we're gonna go based on the profit and loss and balance sheet for now. Because just out of this, with QuickBooks, you can come here and say, okay, and you can ask me questions and maybe that will be a good exercise because whatever you ask me in terms of what do you wanna see in the numbers, I can use it as a practice to run the report. But let me show you first of all, when you run a profit and loss, you first choose what is the report period, right? Do you wanna see it this month, this quarter, this year, last week? Like you see all these options and you can always change the days here automatically. What QuickBooks does is just automatically change the day so you don't have to do it manually. So if I put last year, it just changes from January through December 31st, 2022, and I don't have to come here to the calendar and change it. The display columns by is extremely important because it automatically gives me the totals only, but I can display by day, by week, by month, by quarter, by customer, by vendor, by employees, by product. You see all this data. A report that I love is running my profit and loss by month. When I put month, I'm gonna go into the comparison period in a little bit, but for now, profit and loss by month, right? You choose the period, cash or accrual. And that's accounting 101 class. I'm not gonna get into the difference now, but let's run it in cash. That's when the money was received. Run report. It will give me and you see how the sub accounts reflect here in my profit and loss, because this is how I have my chart of accounts set up. And it will tell me, this is how much money came through the assessment diagnostic, January, February, and March, empty, April, you know, by month. When you have to do projections, when you apply for a loan, a grant, or you need to do projections in your business regardless. I'm telling this to myself because I always help everybody else do projections and I don't do it for my own business. Right now I'm taking the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program, and I'm so grateful because it's forcing me to take the time and do this for my own business. But when you do projections, all you have to do is really download this template in Excel and then play with the numbers here, because you already have the monthly columns, you already have the list of income and expenses based on your chart of accounts, based on your history. This is your projection template right here. So don't get overcomplicated when some people ask you, oh, I need your business projections. You know what? All you have to do is run your profit and loss by month, download it in Excel, change the numbers there. Okay, so you see the beauty of having sub accounts, how you get data. You know, I can see line by line in a monthly basis, how the money went in and went out. So there is another way that I want to show you how to run this profit and loss report using the comparison percentage. So let's say I'm gonna go back to totals only, and I want to compare to another period. So when I run back to totals only, it's gonna give me the totals from January through December. Great. But let's say I wanna compare, actually, I'm gonna do by quarter. And I wanna compare to the previous period, right? Because that's gonna tell me, okay, I'm gonna get my quarterly financials, and I wanna compare quarter one of 2022 with quarter one of 2021. How am I growing in comparison year to year? This could be quarterly, this could be weekly, monthly, whatever, right? But let's play with the numbers, right? I wanna compare with the previous period, and I wanna see the percentage change and the number change. So let's see what we get with this. When you run this report, look at this. Let me give you one, because in 2021, I didn't do, let me give you the cost of something that we could analyze together. For example, here in offer, okay, let's look at income. My coaching and consult, right? So it's telling me the current. So this is quarter one, 2022, comparison with 2021, there was 0 here. Change and numbers different 100%. Let me, instead of quarter, let me do total because I don't want to confuse you. You can see that level of detail, but let's do the whole year. So it's simpler. 2022, 2021, right? This is gonna tell me the number change in terms of my assessment went up $5,000. Comparison to 2021, because I wasn't charging for the assessment back then, I started charging. My Quickbooks cleanup went up 21, well, I wasn't doing Quickbooks cleanup. So it depends on the data that you have. Tax prep, it went up 760%. So this is how you can compare year over year, quarter by quarter, depending on the period that you choose. But this is extremely important because you can see the change, the growth, the things that, the progress, if you will. Another important report, let's say I wanna run the totals only for 2022, and this is so great. I wish everybody does this, please. You wanna see your expenses as a percentage of income. You wanna see, okay, out of all my expenses, for example, what is the equivalent of how much I'm spending in marketing? Like you can say, okay, marketing is 10% of my expenses. Let's say I wanna know, and this is the answer I'm gonna respond right now. How much in terms of my expenses I'm spending, particularly in marketing? And let's answer that question. And that was last year. So I run my profit and loss last year, totals only. And I come here and I say, I wanna see this as a percentage of expenses. Percentage of expense. I run report. And look what Quickbooks is gonna give me. Let's go to the expense side. So I have my total expenses, but advertising, the total advertising cost for me last year was $4,656. Break it down in my sub accounts, but the total is 4,000. That is equivalent to 4.89% of my total expenses. You see? I can see how the bank charges was 0.11%, and it gives you line by line. What a insight for you to understand this. Because when you want to reduce expenses, you want to know, where's my money going? You run this report, you see, okay, based on percentages, it's more clear for you to analyze, and then you can make decisions accordingly. You know what? Payroll, it's 25% of my expenses. I want this to actually go up, you know, because I want to pay more myself. But this is how you see the reports and the beauty of this, okay? So this feature, please use it. Use it, play with it. You can see it's a percentage of income. This is amazing. Let's see the percentage of income. Because sometimes we have a hard time deciding, do I continue that product? Do I increase my pricing? Do I target that type of customer? Let's see what the numbers are telling me, right? As a percentage of income, I see that my total coaching and consulting service was 25.98%. But wait a second. The majority of the money came from QuickBooks Cleanup and Catch Up. When I saw this data, I'm like, I better keep focusing on this, right? Because this is where the money is coming. Forget about coaching sessions and, you know, everything else. This is where the money's coming. Tax prep, I don't want to deal with that. I mean, I do, but very strategically, because I see the focus is QuickBooks Cleanup, Catch Up. 16% of my total income. All right. So what can I tell you? This is something that you have to explore. I do want to tell you this comparison option is not available in the Simple Start subscription. Many of you, when registered to QuickBooks, went for the Simple Start because that's the cheapest one, but it's not going to allow you to do this type of comparison. So at least you need to upgrade to Essentials. Okay, keep that in mind. So this is a beauty. I want to show it. Let's see, really quickly for the balance sheet, because the balance sheet will give you a snapshot of what the balance sheet does, and the name says it is. What was the balance on that particular day? Like if I run my balance sheet for last year, and I run a report, it's gonna tell me how much money I had in the bank on December 31st for each one of my bank accounts, right? It's gonna tell me how much money I had in accounts receivable, meaning open invoices that I have pending to collect, how much it was in undeposited funds, if I have money that needed to be deposited to the bank. It's gonna tell me the balance in my bank. It's gonna tell me the value of my assets, if I have inventory, if I have equipment, if I have computers. It's gonna tell me my liabilities. What is the balance of my credit cards? Do I have to pay? Do I owe money? I have open bills. What is my balance of my loans? Like in this case, you can see the balance that I have in my credit cards as of December 31st. I can see this payroll liability because this was a payroll tax that was there pending to pay in January, but it's showing here. It's showing the balance of my loan. This is gonna give you the balance as of the day that you're running it. And this is extremely important because and this is what bankers look at when you're trying to apply for a loan. This is the history of your business, you know? On the equity section, it's gonna tell you, okay, owner's compensation, this is how much I've paid myself since the beginning of my business, in addition to payroll, right? This is kind of my distributions, if you will. It's gonna show my retained earnings, and the retained earnings are gonna let people know, okay, is your business profitable? Because retained earnings is going to move the net income or net loss from your profit and loss to the balance sheet year over year, and it's gonna accumulate. When you have a negative number in retained earnings, that means your business hasn't been profitable in the life of the business. It's a very important number to look at. And then it's gonna show me the net income for that period. I can do a whole class really going line by line on you really understanding how to read your balance sheet. I'm just giving you a snapshot. And this is what I do and I love to do with my clients, because as business owner, you gotta know this. You gotta learn how to understand this and interpret accordingly. But I wanna show you how it works in comparison with previous year, for example. I wanna see the percentage change. Look, it's gonna tell me, and this is a good thing, you know? In this case, comparing December 31st, 2022 with 2021, I had more money in the bank by the end of the year. It went up 111%. Good. Then I had accounts receivable. This is not good. It went up in the sense that I have more money in the streets, but part of doing business. You see this beauty of comparing your credit cards. Yeah, my credit card balance also went up. My taxes. So you can compare your balance sheet as well. So what can I tell you? This is a little bit of an eye-opening, you know, shock for you all, because I want you to see the potential. I want you to understand that QuickBooks is not only about classifying transactions and reconciling. As a business owner, this is what you care about. And at the beginning, yes, you might want to be more involved with your bookkeeping, classify things yourself. It's actually good that you do it so you understand it. Then you delegate that day-to-day thing and you focus on the big picture, on making decisions based on data. And this is what I mainly wanted to cover today. I want to take the next few minutes to answer questions. And then some of the things I might show you here in the screen. So let's see. I see the chat a little active. The recording, would it be available? That's a good question. Are we recording? Oh, wait a second. My speaker was off.
So yes, the recording will be available both on our Facebook page as well as,
I've been talking and talking. I hope you were not talking to me because I couldn't hear you, but I think my speaker is back. So are we recording the session? Yes?
All right, yes, it will be available on the Facebook page as well as the YouTube page for the Chamber and the Miami-Dade Navigator Program.
Excellent. So everybody's gonna get to see my QuickBooks. Great. No, honestly, I'm very transparent. Numbers are numbers. The progress and the things that you're seeing here, I only want you to implement in your business. So it's okay. There is nothing confidential here. Okay. So I see a couple of questions in the Q&A, and then I'm gonna go to the chat. If you have a specific question, I think it's better if you put it in the Q&A. I'm gonna start with that, but I'm gonna go to the chat. So Mel Jones say, if there's chart of accounts template for real estate investment? That's a very good question. Real estate investment is a very unique business. I do have a chart of accounts template in general, but I don't have one specific. Well, I actually have a client that does investment. So I can help you build it around your business. I don't have a template right now, but we can figure it out, Mel. I'm sure there are resources online. Most importantly is that you adapt it to your business. And for that, I need to understand better your operations, okay? And Victoria Vasquez said, best way to get in contact with you. Very good question. Part of my slides here, and we're gonna be sharing these slides. These are a couple of more resources I'm gonna share about doing your profit margins, the break-even analysis. These are resources. I actually, if you haven't heard of the Strive 305 initiative with the Office of the Mayor, Daniela Levin Cava, you're missing out. And please check this link because this is an online incubator where I provided the complete course for QuickBooks. You see, they have free courses, right? Here you have access to Mastering QuickBooks Online. This is the A to Z on how to do everything in QuickBooks. I was the one that provided this content. And there is a complete course on Profit First. This is a resource that I'm sharing with you all today. If you are implementing QuickBooks for the first time, use this link so you can get a discount for 12 months. When you go to QuickBooks, they will give you a discount for 3 months, 50% off for 3 months. This will give you 30% off for 12 months plus 1 free trial, 1 month free trial. The other resource I'm sharing is this Profit Points Guide. This will take you to this PDF that I also share in the Profit First course, but you can get a shortcut. And this is going to ask you very intentional questions about your expense analysis, your pricings, your margins, your efficiency. What are the things that as a business owner you should be paying attention to improve your profitability and take your business to the next level? And then last but not least, I'm sharing the link for you to learn more about this community, because this is where we get to have so much fun learning and coaching and sharing our wisdom. This membership, if you're doing your own QuickBooks, if you need answer to your questions, if you need support, please come here, because here we have an online community. We do group coaching, group training. You can ask all type of questions in the Q&A, and this is where I make myself and my team, we all make ourselves available to support you. QuickBooks and overall financial management is not a one size fits all. You're gonna have questions, and I wanna make sure your questions get answered, and this is what this community is all about. We focus on 3 pillars: organize your finances, maximize your profits, and implement efficiency tools. So we have the content and the support, most importantly, the support to help you with the implementation. There's a lot of courses. I mean, there's a lot of resources in Google, but you need access to a business advisor, and that's how I make myself available in a very affordable price. And then back to the initial questions, which is how you get in contact with me. This slide has the information. I'm gonna leave it here for now. You can always check out my website, send me an email, follow me on Instagram, and let's connect. Let's connect. Is the class still open for the full QuickBooks? Yes, this class is open, is free. This is a partnership that I did, and I'm continuing doing it with Miami-Dade County and the Strive 305 initiative. This is a no cost to you, but believe me, do not get confused by the word free. There is so much value on these courses. The Profit First methodology is gonna change your life if you do it the right way. I, as a Profit First professional, pay a membership of $800 a month to be part of this community, to receive the coaching and to help you implement this. This is what my investment to be a certified Profit First professional. So do not get mistaken by the fact that this is free. Profit First professionals charge thousands and thousands of dollars to help you do this. So please take advantage of this. Okay, so let me see other questions in the Q&A. Thank you. I have a few clients in this code that they're already part of the membership community, and I'm happy to see them here. Thank you, Teresa. Let me see, and I see Felix. The replay will be there. So yeah, thank you. Gaslin, I'm glad you're more aware of the sub-accounts. It's very insightful. So there's a few people asking about the recording. We already answered that question. Let me upgrade to what? Okay, Donna, let me clarify what I meant about the upgrade. When you go to QuickBooks Online, you're gonna see the plans and pricing. And you're gonna have different plans. Simple start. And what I meant by upgrade is you have to upgrade from simple start to essentials if you want to be able to run the comparative reports and the percentage. I mean, you can still run the reports by month, but if you want to see the percentage of income, the percentage of expenses, and that level of detail, that is available here at the essentials because they have more enhanced reports. And if you want to use projects, then that is available in the plus because they have the project profitability, okay? So it really depends on where you are in your business. At the beginning, you can always start with simple start, but as you want to use more of these features, then you will need to upgrade to the next level, okay? Can you talk a bit more on the department of the business? I don't think I understand your question, Margaret. If you want, it's put a little bit more context in the Q&A and I'll be able to answer that. Jesus, yes, the webinar will be, Jesus, nice to see you here. You know, I'm very, what can I tell you? I was one of the SBDC consultants for 2 years. And I'm actually transitioning out of that role because I have a lot going on in my business. But SBDC and everything they're doing with the Business Navigator and with all this programming is very close to my heart, and I'll continue supporting the community. So if you haven't heard of SBDC, which you did in this call, because the Miami Chamber of Commerce is part of this Business Navigator, but please take advantage. There's so much wisdom, so many consultants in SBDC to help you. I'm gonna be a client now, so I can get help with my own business. All right, which QuickBooks should I get for construction? Miguel, for construction, you definitely need the plus because you wanna use the project profitability. I have a few clients in the construction business. My husband owns a construction business. You wanna use projects. It's extremely valuable, okay? It will be plus. And you can always use the link to get the discount for a year and you wouldn't pay the full price at the beginning. The links in the chat to make it easy to access. Yes, of course. Let me do that. I think I have to come here to copy and paste, and I'm gonna do it right now. Let me see.
Yasnay, I already put
with that, Gina, that would be great.
Yes, I already did.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Stripe 305, perfect. So Gina already shared the free courses of Stripe 305, Profit First Guide, membership. These links are also very helpful for profit margin and break-even analysis. I do a whole training on this, but it's a very simple calculator for you to understand price and understand your break-even. For additional questions, yeah, that's my email. I'm gonna put back my contact so you have it. Tiffany says the information is very helpful. Thank you all. As a business owner, the fact that you're here taking time away from your business is so crucial, but it's what's gonna help you get to the next level. Which do you think is best for bookkeeping? If you mean which subscription, well, it depends on the needs of your business. I can be biased, but I use QuickBooks Online. I like QuickBooks Online. They do enough marketing by now that everybody knows about QuickBooks. It's just a very simple tool and powerful. But in terms of which subscription, you have to look at what the features are and which one works best. You can always start with Simple Start and upgrade. All right. So Gatlin says, yes, now being that I'm a service-based business, but I also sell products, which are the wig makings. Does it make sense to create the project profit portion for my business? Well, in your case, Gatlin, is not so much of a project. What you have to make sure is that in your QuickBooks, you have your list of products and services, okay? And you're gonna be able to maintain here not only the services that you provide, but for your products, what is the cost, the sales price, the inventory. This is what you need. projects depends. If you tell me I'm gonna go to this event and I'm going to rent this booth and I'm going to invest in all this marketing, and in that case, I would say, okay, create a project for that event that you're working on so you know if you're making money or not. But overall, the list of products and services would do. Will we get the presentation? Yes, the presentation will be available. So I think I answered all the questions. It's 10:55, so oh wait, I have more questions. I'm looking for, so Margaret, he said, I'm looking to departmentalize my business. And I love that because QuickBooks has 2 features. For that, you need the plus version, but you can run things by class and by location. So if you want to departmentalize your business, you might want to use this feature called classes. I don't use it myself right now, but that's how I would recommend you to do it. Use classes because, let me see, I don't have much transactions to classify here because my team is very amazing with keeping me up to date. But let me see if I can show you. Well, what you want to make sure is when you go to your company settings, in the advanced tab, you're going to activate the class feature, class and location. And here I have the projects on. Let me see, where did I put it? Okay, so I might need to play with this a little bit more, but keep those terms in mind, Margaret. Class and location, for that, you need the plus version, and that's how you departmentalize your business. Please reach out so I can give you more insights once I get a better understanding of your business operations. All right, so Frankie said, thank you all for the great comments. Our company is under construction classification. However, we mostly do service and sometimes installation. Do you still advise for the advanced version or Simple Start? Well, Simple Start, if all you do is, if all you want to separate is, okay, construction income, and then you have installation, then you have service, you can keep Simple Start and just use the chart of accounts, right? Because in that level, you're gonna come here to your chart of accounts and you're gonna have a main income account for sales and the sub account that is installation and a sub account that is for service. So that's a way to keep it simple, and for that you can use Simple Start. If that's how you want to do it. And then Gasoline said, I would normally use PayPal invoice to collect payments or Wix and her purchases, but since I have QuickBooks Online, do you recommend continue using PayPal invoice or use QuickBooks invoice? That's a very good question, Gasoline. What's going to help you make that decision is the fees that PayPal charges you versus QuickBooks. And go with the one that, you will see more profit. Also, the convenience for your clients, because sometimes it helps us make a decision. With QuickBooks, you can send the invoice and they pay right there in the email or on the phone. PayPal also provides those capabilities. So there are 2 things you keep in mind. One is cost. What is the percentage that you pay? And number 2 is how do you make it convenient for your clients? And that's going to help you make that decision. The QuickBooks invoicing feature is included in all the versions. So even if you use Simple Start, you could use the QuickBooks invoices. All right, Gasoline, you do have a lot of questions and I love to answer them all. So don't worry, happy to help. Definitely the fees are the concern. Yes, and the fees, guys, it's a part of doing business. What you want to make sure is that you are pricing your products and your services in a way that keeps into account and the fees. So if you're not passing it on to your clients, well, directly as a line item, you have to embed it in your pricing and increase your pricing accordingly. I am very passionate about talking on this subject because I'm naturally a person that I give from my heart, but I've learned that as a business owner, we're here to make money. And that's gonna be reflected on how you price your products and your services. So yes. All right, so I think we're good at the hour. It's time to wrap up. And I could keep answering all the questions. I love to do that. I do it in the community. Feel free to reach out if that's something I could help you with.
Well, thank you, Yasnay. This has been very, 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 very useful for the entrepreneurs. And I wanted to also mention about, share my screen, that both our team of Matthew and I are available for, share my screen quickly. We are available to provide technical assistance if you need that. And let me put that. Share my screen here. So we are available. You can reach out to us via the technical assistance page on our website. We do, as Matthew mentioned before, we do these technical assistance workshops every month, as well as on every Tuesday, we have a meetup for small businesses at 4 p.m. Over Zoom. And I do want to also mention that one of our upcoming events, which is the symposium that will be going on in April, we'll be talking about logistic and supply chain. So do join us on April 21st. It would be at Jungle Island. And I wanted also to put on screen the contact information for both Matthew and I. And as I also mentioned before, is that the recording is available on our website. And feel free also to contact us and like us on Facebook and Instagram, and do reach out to us if you need assistance with your business in all the different areas. So thank you all for participating, and we look forward in you joining our next session in February as well, and the months afterwards.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. I will see you around. And I'm one of the members here in the chamber, so I'll see you in the calls. If you're not a member, join. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for all the love. Really appreciate it.